Are you afraid of stepping out the box and following your passion? Today we're talking about not worrying about what others think when it comes to following your heart's desire on this episode of Coffee with Tea. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Tea. I'm your host, Tonia, and I'm excited because we're going to be talking to Mr. Adrian Smith, and he's going to be filling us in on how to find out what you want to do and don't be discouraged by those who maybe don't believe in your passion right away. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Adrian Smith. Welcome, sir.
How you doing?
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on.
Yep, this is my first time ever doing something like this, so I'm excited to see how it's gonna turn out.
Right.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
thank you for being a guest. Thank you for coming on. I know you've been a YouTuber, so we're going to connect because I've seen that you've had a YouTube I guess story way back in the day. So, without further ado, I'd like you to tell a little bit about who you are, tell about your journey and how you got to where you are right now doing what you do.
Okay. I'm Adrian. I'm 22. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where I was born. Um, Pretty much what I am is like a content creator. So I don't limit myself as just a YouTuber, because if you just do YouTube, then you just lock to one thing. And I like to do a lot of different stuff. So I would say I'm a content creator. I got introduced on YouTube probably my first ever time on it was 2012 or something like that. But I always deleted channels, made new channels. So I made the one I'm on right now, a lot of Adrian. I made that in 2014 or 15. Wasn't very consistent starting out. Probably upload a video once every few months and then just disappear. But the past 2.5 years, I've been more consistent, and I'm seeing the results from being more consistent. So I think I'm gonna stick with this one now and put more effort into it, because before I was super lazy. So
But you're finding yourself, so I mean, you can't really knock it, right?
yeah.
So
Sometimes it takes a few tries and a few attempts to try to get it right, but
So, you said you're a content creator. We're going to get more into what that means and stuff like that. But for those who are not really familiar about how you got into it, what was the passion behind you creating your channels? What was the thing that you were thinking about when you started doing your channels and stuff like that?
I would say it's just a way to express myself. So everything on the channel is me in real life. So it's not I'm stepping into an act. It's just I'm being myself 100%. So just seeing other people doing it and seeing them having fun and being successful at it inspired me to try it, and I can do the same thing too. Cause I'm most of the people on there were it's I used to watch skits and stuff. So they were acting how I naturally act. So I was I can just do this naturally. I ain't even got to do nothing extra. So that's what I pretty much was doing, just being myself on the camera, my true pure self. So
And I know you invited folks in to help you. So, um, what was your biggest when you started? You weren't really worried about fear, right? I mean, you didn't have this whole concept of, oh my goodness, people are going to talk about me or anything like that. What helped you get past that? I mean, some people won't even get started because of their fear. So.
yeah. So when I had first made my channel, it was in high school. So I was in 10th or 11th grade when I made a lot of Adrian channel, but it was called something else. But I was hiding my channel because I didn't want nobody to see it. First, when you in high school, you don't really want people. And then that was the unusual thing to do. When I had a YouTube, nobody everyday people wasn't making a YouTube channel. They thought that it was something weird or something like that. So I was hiding my channel. I wasn't showing nobody. I ain't posting no links nowhere. I was just uploading by myself. But eventually, somebody had found it and they spread everywhere. So they were just showing a bunch of people. And from there, people was talking about me. They thought it was weird, but I wasn't very good when they had found it. So the videos wasn't very good. So, but they can see it now for sure. Now they asking for help now. So,
Right. So your skits, where do you come up with your creative process on it? I mean, you said it's real life. So I mean, do you find things that you've experienced in life and just add a skit onto it? Because I've seen a couple of your videos, like when you went into you do the challenge when you go to the thrift stores and stuff like that. So
oh yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
a few of your challenges. So how do you come up with your skits? I mean,
So most of it, so I do like some stuff that's like just good ideas that I think of. So I just do stuff like that. And then I also like doing like some educational stuff too. But the way I do it is it's not like I'm sitting there like trying to tell you what to do. I make it like funny and entertaining. So I'm just being myself, like conveying like what I'm trying to like teach the person. And it comes out funny and it's super successful. So that's how I do it most of the time. But I try to think of stuff that people aren't really like doing, or like stuff that I just find like something I would watch if it was somebody else.
So you're basically creating the content that you wish you would see.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah, that's really how you have to do it, because you got to like think, because everybody on YouTube, you got to think like, what would they want to see? Like, what would somebody want to learn right now? So when I would do like my workout videos, I'm like, what if I was somebody trying to work out, what would I search on YouTube? Then I make that video. And since then, like I done grew my channel a lot doing it that way. It's been working a whole lot better. So
Right. So I like what you're going with this because like I'm studying. It sounds to me like you study your craft. So you know why you're going to be making the video. So you have some kind of like intent behind what you're going to do, correct?
yeah.
So you just don't just throw up videos and it's like hope it sticks, right? Not now. You did it
No,
because
not now. It gotta make sense. Yeah, so I gotta post it to make sense. I don't want nothing that nobody gonna watch, because then I'm pretty much wasting my time at that point. So it got to be something that people want to see and want to sit down and watch, whether it's like
right.
something you can learn or entertaining to watch. So
Okay. Well, we're going to dive a little bit more into like how you got into this getting past of what doing what you do because like I said you're already doing what you're doing. So you're like you started in high school. Now you're in college or where are you at in
well, I
that?
would have like graduated college. So I left college. So I would have graduated in 2020. So last year.
So what made you I mean I'm curious. I'm an interviewer. So I always what made you drop out of college because it's like
So I went for 1 year. So what I had went for, it was like a program where you like go into like video, photo, like stuff like that. But it was already stuff I learned how to do for free off YouTube. So like when I was going to class, they was teaching me stuff I already did. Like I already had videos up. I already was editing my own like thumbnails, pictures, stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm paying y'all 10,000 a year to teach me something I already know. So I was like, this can't work. And then I just knew like deep in my head, I was like, even with this degree, it's gonna probably be hard to get a job no matter what. So especially last year, if I would have graduated last year, I would have been super mad. Somebody would have had to see me. For sure.
well for I want to always hit too because those who are picking up the gems that Adrian is dropping, please hit the like button and follow up with a comment. But I also have to let you know I do know Adrian because we had a little history with our family growing up.
Mhm.
So I knew you had dropped out of school. My son already told me sort of why you did it, but I wanted to hear from you officially why you did it because
Yeah.
I heard that you already had more knowledge than you paid. So that's
Yeah,
why
for
I
sure.
asked.
Yep. Set it up a little bit.
Set it up to ask. So you said don't limit yourself. So what is some of the recommendations for those who are like struggling to figure out what they want to do? Do you have any recommendations?
um, I would say don't let like outside forces like convince you to do something. So when you graduate high school, you know I'm like 17, 18. And then by then, like people already like, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And it's like they forcing you to make a decision on like something that should come naturally. So then you get forced into a situation where you can't get out. That's where a lot of people go wrong. So say if you don't know what you want to do and they forcing you go to nursing school or something like that, go to nursing school. And you like, all right, because it's like the safe route, but it's not deep down, you don't really want to go there. So you go there, you go in 4 years, you finish that, but now it's like you don't even want to do it. You already done spent the money, you already in debt. So now it's too late, pretty much. So now you're working to pay off the debt. And then like once you like fall into that trap, it's no coming back out. So that's like my number one piece of advice. I would say don't worry about trying to do stuff, keeping up with everybody else and like making people happy. I would just take a year or take multiple years, because at 18, you got a lot of life left. People don't die until like they like 70 something. So You got like 50 something years. So you got plenty of time.
Right,
And that's what
right.
I kind of did. So
I love it. I love it. So you said now people are sounds to me like you're switching gears to entrepreneurship. So now are you like teaching you said a little bit you're teaching people how to get onto YouTube? Is that a little bit
um
about what you're thinking about going towards?
yeah, I think that's something I could definitely do. Like I'm helping people I know like with YouTube. So like I know a guy that lives in LA, he's a producer. Um but he wants to get on YouTube too. So I'm like trying to help him too, giving him advice. And then it's another guy that I used to that used to train me. He's trying to get on YouTube too. So I'm helping him. But I'm like, I help anybody that wants help. Cause it's like I've already done it and I know like the shortcuts. So you don't have to figure it out. I know the stuff that can get you like ahead without having to like try and try. So I'm willing to help anybody. But right now I'm just teaching people like young people stuff that can set them up, stuff like credit, stuff like saving money, um, staying healthy, stuff like that. That's what I'll be posting on my YouTube for the most part. But
Right. All right. Is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd like to address that maybe we haven't addressed, or is there some really important message that maybe we didn't cover that I haven't hit on yet?
um, oh, something else I would like get at people that want to figure out like what they want to do. The number one thing that you should do is look up your life path number. So it's something called a life path number. So it's made out of your birthday. So it's
Hmm.
pretty much like it's kind of like a map of like what you like, the purpose, like the theme of your life. So it's
Hmm.
like you got to like add up all the numbers of your birthday and it give you a single number. And like I'm gonna show like 30 people this and it's accurate on every time. So I know it's real. So you get the number, and then once you get the number, just search it up on Google, like life path, so and so, and then look it up. And I guarantee it describes you down to a T. Because I don't know what happened, but it's real. It's like almost like people do astrology. This like more accurate than astrology. It's crazy, but life path number for sure.
Definitely. I'm taking that down.
Yep, get yours when you get off here.
Oh, I definitely. Yeah. I don't want.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh,
It'll open your eyes up.
right. I know we're getting down to the last couple of minutes and stuff, and I really want to thank you for all the insight that you're sharing already. But what's
Mhm.
like the one takeaway if nobody else heard anything that you had to say today? What's the one thing you want people to take away from what you're sharing today?
I would say find yourself, be fearless, try new things. So keep trying. Like me, if I done failed so many things and I'm still failing to this day. Like this shirt I'm wearing is like an old merch shirt. Probably sold two of them. But I feel like time and time after again. So keep going. Um, do what makes you happy, try new things, travel the world, meet new people, stuff like that. I would just say don't ever like get too comfortable or too complacent, and just keep going for the most part. That
Right.
would be my message to people. So
Right.
my bad, my
Thank you.
phone started ringing.
No problem. No problem. Um, Mr. Adrian, where can people find more information about you, your channel, and really how to connect with you?
So my Instagram probably be the best way through Instagram DMs, at a lot of Adrian. So Adrian. That's my YouTube name too, a lot of Adrian. And that's really like the two that I use the most. So Instagram and Snap, or not Snapchat, YouTube. I
And
keep
you
my
know what?
Snapchat private.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're good with that.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought we have a couple more minutes too, and I forgot to ask because we were going to go back to the subject. So this is me failing and failing forward.
Yeah.
So you said we talked about YouTube, but we didn't really talk about your content creator. So what's the difference between you doing YouTube and being a content creator? What's that? What's that all about?
I would say content creator is just making stuff like various types of like stuff. So not just YouTube videos, making like podcasts, stuff like that. Like you are a content creator. Like if you making merch, podcasts, like a book, anything like that, that's all like content to me. So YouTuber, that's when I hear YouTuber, it's like you stuck on YouTube and you trapped. So content creator, that could be various things. It could be music, it could be podcasts, it could be books, clothes, websites, blogs, anything. So that's like the difference between the two.
I'm glad you cleared, and I'm glad I should write that down. I forget about these things, but I'm glad you cleared that up because like you said, I guess now that podcast is really like going across all platforms. So
Yeah.
what is your future like looking for? I mean, what do you want to continue on? Are you branching more just to stay with YouTube, or what's your vision? Where do you see yourself going with this?
So I think right now I'm gonna stick on YouTube. So my next thing I'm gonna do is be fully employed on YouTube full time. And I think once YouTube is gonna open up doors to other stuff. So then once the YouTube following is there, now I can get like merch. Then I can get like if I want to do like a podcast or whatever it is, branching off, I think that'll open up the door. So the key right now is just YouTube. And that'll open up all the doors. That'll give me like the freedom and the finances in order to do other stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. So YouTube.
Okay. All right. Well, continued success, and like I said, I think we covered everything about don't let your fear keep you
Yeah, for
boxed in.
sure.
I guess that's what you're saying, right?
Yep. Don't let nobody. It's a lot of dream killers out here. So it's people that they don't believe in themselves, so they try to rub it off on you, and don't let them do it. Because they like gray and they ain't got nothing to them, that don't mean it could be you. Just brush it off, and you just got to go way harder. Because a lot of people out here that are just they'll see you trying to do something, and because people they got an image of you. So say if it's somebody that you know your whole life, they got an image of you. So say if you grew up with them, all they gonna see is you as that friend. So if you're trying to be like somebody, like a global person, they ain't gonna see you as that. They like, what? We used to ride bikes. You're not about to be global. And that's how it goes sometimes. Like same thing like parents and stuff too. They see you as like, I used to change your diapers. You're not about to be no star. That's how it goes. So don't let other people's insecurities rub off on you for the most part.
I love it. I love it. And again, I want to thank you for having your time coming on and checking out, connecting with us and letting you know what's going on with you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to remind everybody who's tuning in that feedback is always welcome. Email us if you have any guest or show ideas. Links to all the sites that Adrian will be mentioned will be posted down in the description box. So please make sure you check out those gems below. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know. Follow up with a comment.
Smash
Let
that
us know what
thumbs
you're
up.
thinking. Smash that thumbs up. And remember, if you're enjoying all the sites and you want to continue seeing what we get, hit that subscribe button over there. And remember, take things in stride, go with the flow, and create your own path. And we'll see you back here on another episode of Coffee with Tea. All right. Bye-bye. Share with us. What was one of your takeaways from today's show? Post your answers in the comments.